Hey guys, welcome back. I've got another quick review for you guys today, and this is on the Real Techniques 301 flat contour brush, and this is what the brush looks like. It's absolutely stunning. This is from their Bold Metals collection, so it's from their more expensive premium brush line. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It comes in this kind of coppery rose gold. It says 301 one side, and then it's got the little Real Techniques logo on the other side. Of course, I'm going to be comparing this to my Real Techniques contour brush. This is the contour brush, as you can see. It's more of a tapered round brush. Quite dense, but nowhere near as dense as this flat contour brush. This comes in the Real Techniques Core collection, so I don't believe it is sold individually, but the Real Techniques Core collection does come with 4 brushes, and you can purchase it for £21.99, whereas this brush on its own is £22. Now, I know when Sam and Nick from Pixie mentioned that they were bringing out the Real Techniques Bold Metals collection, there are a few people who were up in arms about the prices because they are a lot more expensive than their normal line. But the reason this is more expensive is this is more of a premium product. The Real Techniques brushes in general do come with really super soft synthetic Taklon bristles. When they came out with the Bold Metals collection, they said that these brushes were actually going to be even softer, which I kind of thought would be impossible. But they actually are. I know some people said that they couldn't really tell a difference, but I definitely can tell a difference. They're just that tiny bit more softer, and they just feel a little bit more luxurious. The whole look of it is a lot more luxurious. I mean, this is the prettiest brush that I own in my entire collection. And from watching my videos, you can probably tell I use a lot of Real Techniques brushes. The majority of the brushes I use are from Real Techniques. I absolutely love the brand. I love their brushes. I love that they have multiple uses. You know, you can use this as a contour brush. You could even use it as a little highlighting brush, a setting brush, anything. Like, you don't have to just strictly use it as a contour brush. This for me is definitely going to be used as strictly a contour brush just due to its shape. The other thing about these is they do feel slightly heavier towards the brush end, and that's because they are weighted, which I feel like it's just to allow someone to have more control. I believe they might be talking in makeup artist terms, and it just allows the makeup artist to know to have control over the amount of pressure they're putting on the face. I think, I could be wrong, I don't know, I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm pretty sure that might be what it's for anyway. But either way, like, as much as weight isn't necessarily an issue for me, like, it actually still makes it feel, I don't know, it adds to that luxuriousness of the brush. So I don't know, it's just a really, really nice touch. So before I get into telling you which brush I prefer, I'm just going to insert a little demo here to show you how I use the brush. I contoured my cheekbones, so I started from the top of my ear and just worked my way down, and then I just used circular motions to buff that contour in so it didn't just leave a super harsh line. I then worked my way up to my temples, and then I did a little bit of contouring around my forehead as well. And as you can see, this brush just blends the product in beautifully. I was really worried that because it was like a flat contour, it wouldn't blend the product in as much, and I might have to go in with a softer brush just to get rid of any harsh lines that I might have, but that was not the case. It just leaves a really, really beautiful finish. I'm not somebody who goes crazy with the contouring anyway. I just prefer it to look like there is a natural shadow there. So which one do I recommend? Do I think this is worth the price, or do I think you should go for the brush that comes with 3 other brushes in the collection as well? Well, I think it's completely up to you. I do think this is worth the price. I know it is really expensive, and I know a lot of people go, oh, you can get a MAC brush for that. But seriously guys, this is a really, really beautiful brush, and it is definitely premium quality. And like I say, just look at it, it's absolutely stunning. One of the most beautiful brushes in my collection. I personally would recommend this. I think that the way this blends the product in is absolutely stunning. I love the fact that you can get precision, so you can get that sharp line underneath, but you can blend it out and nothing looks too harsh. And they have mentioned you can also use this with cream products as well. I haven't personally used it with cream products, so I couldn't possibly tell you how that has worked for me. I don't tend to use cream products for contouring. I tend to stick with powder products, but for powder it works really beautifully for me. I will say you definitely need to pick up less product with this brush because it is more dense than I would with this particular brush. Dab this in a couple of times rather than swirl it in, and then I start contouring, and I just build up the intensity from there if I feel like it needs a little bit more. So I can understand if you're on a budget and you think, well, £22 for one brush seems a bit extreme. So I think if you do need to build up your brush collection, it's definitely worth getting this contour brush instead. This contour brush comes with 3 other brushes for the same price as this one single brush. So the The three brushes that it comes with is the buffing brush. You've probably seen this all over YouTube. A lot of people love using this for foundation. I've used this for foundation so many times and then it kind of got replaced with my beauty blender. This also comes with a detailer brush, which is great for quite a few things. I like to use this on the inner corner of my eyelids if I want to brighten them up with a highlight colour. Also, if you need to conceal certain spots on your face, just tiny spots, this is great for that. And it also comes with a pointed foundation brush. This, I would say, is probably quite good for concealer. I've never really found much of a use for it, if I'm honest with you. But then again, these brushes have multiple uses, so I always hang on to it to see if I might find a use for it in the future. So out of this collection, I'd say these three brushes are definitely my favourite: the buffing brush, contour brush and the detailer brush, but I don't have much of a use for the pointed foundation brush. But that's what you're getting for £22 versus this. So you're paying for a better quality of brush. So quality over quantity. And that's not to say that these are not good quality at all, because they are. They're absolutely beautiful. Like I said at the beginning, majority of the brushes I use are Real Techniques. Absolutely love them. Love the contour brush. May go back to using it for contouring every now and then. I've mainly started using this for setting under my eyes. I quite like it for setting under my eyes. It's so nice and soft. And it fits under there quite nicely. So that's my take on the Real Techniques 301 contour brush versus the original contour brush from the core line. I'm getting the flashing battery, I better hurry up. Both brilliant contour brushes, both place the product down really well, both blend the product really well. I do find you need a slightly more product with this brush than you do with this brush, but I think they are both fantastic. So I think it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're willing to spend a bit more money on something more premium, then go for the 301 flat contour. But if you are looking at building your collection, then definitely go for the core collection. Anyway guys, I hope you found this helpful in some way, and I'll see you next time.